Having a moment, yeah. I mean, clearly this audience, like,
I love you.
gets
Rap.
the-
Love you.
Thank you.
Rap.
This guy came up to me in Detroit last week, and he was autistic, and kind of couldn't look at you a little bit, and kind of rocking back and forth, and talking about things, and had lots of questions about turtles, and was clearly, as a lot of autistic people are, like a savant when it came to turtles. He could tell you the title of any episode, of any of the iterations, any of the actors, any of the beats. He could tell you who, like he knew, like that was his thing. He knew every single thing about turtles. And I'm like, didn't know that much about turtles, didn't know. So, when I started, I mean, but he said, will you do your catchphrase for me, please? And I was like, absolutely. Which one? Which catchphrase? And he goes, well, the one you've been doing lately. Oh, sewer apples.
Yes. Yes.
My hook with it is, come on, stop talking and start fighting. It was very strange to sit next to Rob Paulson and play Raphael, because Rob was Raphael for 9 seasons or something. So you're like,
Was there any weird connection in the fact that Corey was also?
well, that came along a little bit, like, once we were into it, and that was awesome. I mean, Raphael is so great. The show is great.
Yes,
The
it
look is great. Like, everything about the fact that I get to be in it as one of the voices is, like, I'm so grateful for that. But just to be a part of something, like, I
love that.
I want to be respectful to every iteration and all the fans. Not because of my voice or even necessarily the other voices in the show, but it's the best one. I mean, it's like a movie. Every Saturday you're watching, I mean, what they do with Splinter and the emotions, and like, it gets the comedy and it gets all the, yeah, and I'm like, I watch it and I just go, what, you agree?
With Splinter, please.
Hmm.
Too soon.
All the feels. All the feels. I cried.
Sorry, spoilers for episode.
But I wasn't even thinking the end. I was thinking like just, like all the way from the beginning, just like the mood. Like, what Saturday morning cartoon can give you like Pulp Fiction and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? You know what I mean? And then boing, their eyes are crazy, and then Greg Sipes doing Michelangelo is just he's just so funny. You can't concentrate. He sits, his microphone's behind me, my microphone's here, and he does stuff, and you're like, there's just no way he just did that. It is so funny. It is so funny. But Raphael, like, he gets Spike. Oh my God, I see this stuff and I'm like, you're kidding, that's so great. And then Spike becomes Slash.
Yeah.
And they bring in Corey. And you're like, mic drop, it's awesome. And they put all kinds of crazy references to everybody's different movies everywhere, and like, easy to miss it. So I really wanted to go 7 episodes. Like, when we started in the first year, I'm like, I hope the show goes 7 seasons. And so at the end of 5, and they're going to reboot it like right away. They're already rebooting it. Yeah, it's all good.
Are you in?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless they do another super crossover.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they will. I'm sure. I mean, that kind of. Yeah, that could happen. So they are incredible. Rob Paulson is one of the. He's a prince. He's just a prince of a human being. Every time he walks into the room, and he's funny, he's serious, he's had like issues in his life and things like this, but when he walks into the room, his professional kind of like foundation isn't this amazing? Isn't this so great we get to be a part of this? And you do anything. I mean, if you sign autographs for people telling you how great you are for 3 days, at a certain point your energy flags, and you're like, God, I'm so tired. It's like having people tell you how great you are. You're tired, really? Like, people have to do to work in life, and like, you're tired right now. You're like, okay, you're right. I shouldn't be like, I can't afford to be tired, but I am tired. He just sets this tone for everyone about how lucky we are to be a part of something. So you never forget it. He's like the veteran on the team who just makes sure the team's always firing on all cylinders. Seth brings a level of like cultural awareness I mean, there's so many things where he'll start to say something, and I'm like, wait, can you say that again? I got to take a note about that. What do I need to see? And like his mind is just so advanced on our kind of American cultural life. And as a businessman, he's just so clever, and with Robot Chicken, and which I got to, he let me be on once a couple years ago. I played Steve Jobs and somebody else. And I was like, do I sound like Steve Jobs? He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, cool. So those are the main hobbits, and like everybody, Josh Peck is great, and all the women are great. Yeah, the women are fantastic, you know, and then Raphael gets to fall in love with Mona Lisa. Like, are you kidding? It's so good. And not spoiling anything, but just as it comes down the pike, it is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Ciro, the creator of this iteration, has such a sense of like mythology and kind of movies, like cinema. And he takes the characters to a place, and he just does this little device, and you're just like, you walk in and you almost can't work for a little bit. You're like, I can't believe I get to do this right now. I can't believe that I get to now like try and accomplish this particular thing that Raphael gets to do.
Choreography in that show is.
It's incredible, all the fight sequences and the cinematography, like the close-ups. Like, here's a close-up on a character who's gonna turn and give a look. It's a Saturday morning cartoon, and it's like, so anyhow.